So we got some news today as a recording of this video that Senator Mark Kelly, who is a Democrat in the United States Senate, is being investigated by the Department of War for saying some pretty crazy comments a few days ago, along with him and his colleagues. So what exactly is the Department of War investigating Mark Kelly for? So let's take a look. The Department of War launched a probe into Kelly's role in a video released last week by 6 Democratic lawmakers with security backgrounds. They reminded service members to uphold the Constitution and disobey clearly illegal orders, ending with the naval motto, "Don't give up the ship." Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth called it reckless and accused Kelly, as a retiree still under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, of discrediting the armed forces. Kelly defended his service record and labeled the review an intimidation tactic amid partisan tensions. What are other people saying about this here? It's actually kind of interesting to kind of watch people just kind of go off on this guy. According to another X feed here, major breaking: the Department of War is considering recalling Democratic Senator Mark Kelly to active duty to be court-martialed for telling troops to refuse President Trump's orders. FAFO is in order. The Department of War has received serious allegations of misconduct against Captain Mark Kelly, USN retired, in accordance with the Uniform Code of Military Justice 10 USC 688 and other applicable regulations. A thorough review of these allegations has been initiated to determine further actions, which may include recall to active duty for court-martialed proceedings or administrative measures. This matter will be handled in compliance with military law, ensuring due process and impartiality. Further official comments will be limited to preserve the integrity of the proceedings. The Department of War reminds all individuals that military retirees remain subject to the USMJ for applicable offenses, and federal laws such as 18 USC 2387 prohibit actions intended to interfere with the loyalty, morale, or good order and discipline of the armed forces. Any violations will be addressed through appropriate legal channels. All service members are reminded that they have a legal obligation under the USMJ to obey lawful orders, and that orders are presumed to be lawful. A service member's personal philosophy does not justify or excuse the disobedience of an otherwise lawful order. You can't just go out there and say that you can refuse to disobey unlawful order. For me, I mean, who am I? I don't know the law. You know, if I'm told to do something and it's coming down from the higher chain of command, I'm going to do it. You know, I have no choice. You know, who the fuck am I going to argue with? You know, my ass belongs to the government, and you know, what am I going to say? No. What? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, yeah, sure. Fuck yeah. And if you play the FAFO game with these people, you're going to find out real quick. And anybody that's serving in the armed forces right now, they'll be able to tell you that. You know, don't fuck around. Going back to what these people said, you know, these senators and Congress people, they didn't specify any type of law that you should be considered to be unlawful, and that you don't have to obey by unlawful order. None of them gave any specifics, you know, and then now they're being asked, you know, and some of these people are being asked in interviews, you know, like, hey, like, what were you talking about? And nobody can articulate. You're getting different answers, and nobody can articulate anything that they just said. They're just kind of like, well, you know, like, what were you referring to? You can't sit there and tell these people to disobey an unlawful order if you're not telling them what exactly are you talking about. And none of them have came out and said exactly what they're talking about. I mean, it's utterly insane. All this is going to do is just confuse people. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more uncensored content just like this here today. And if you want more of Officially IMO, let me know in the comment section below. Do you agree with what these senators said? Do you think Mark Kelly should be investigated by the Department of War, or do you think it's a big nothing burger and we should just let this go? Either way, I invite you to come in and give me your comments below. And until next time, we'll catch you all on the next video. I'm out.